Namaste, Sawadee. After a long time, we are back on a show, Paramarat and Adhyatmikta. It's been quite a long time. We were not live. Again, I've been praying that if I get very good speaker who could share the spirituality with us, finally I found. Today we have very good, I can say, personality, spiritual soul, doctor, entrepreneur, all in one, multi-talented. So I really found a gem in Thailand at very early stage, a very early age. I could see that beautiful aura on her towards spirituality, and all because of values from the parents. When I see this young girl doing all the community work and the spirituality she is sharing with the people on social media, she's a wonderful platform and wonderful, I said, excellent experience she's sharing with the people. I was touched when I saw her on TikTok. The way she's explaining each mantras in Thai to local people, what Sanatan Dharma is, what mantra is, what is the meaning, and it was really amazing. So I thought and I requested her, so please come on a show and share with our viewers. I like to call Dr. Sujata Bhatia on the screen, and let's hear her spiritual journey and detail. Today's topic is Fida with Gita, wisdom of Bhagavad Gita in modern management. So let's hear more from her. So let's welcome Dr. Sujata on a screen.
Namaste
Namaste,
ji.
Sujata.
Namaste
How are you?
ji. I'm very well and very excited now at the moment.
Yes, I am excited too.
Oh,
And
okay.
looking at them, I just explained to the viewers about you, and they are also curious to know about you. So let's begin our spiritual journey. Before we going for spiritual journey, can you tell us about yourself? I know you're born in Thailand, you're fourth generation. I know your grandfather. So now I want to hear from you. So let's start now.
Okay. First of all, namaste and hello to everyone. Thank you very much for your kind introduction, Papni ji. It has been a great honor to be here on the screen with you. It's wonderful. Um, a little bit about myself, right? Actually, yes, I'm Indian. I was born here, like you said. You know my grandparents. Actually, my background is an agriculturist. I was an agriculturist. I was interested in science. You know, everything has to be experimented. I have to understand things before I start believing in it or doing it. So all this systematic thinking has always been in me. So I was doing that with a hope. I think since I was very young, I wanted to be a doctor because I thought being a doctor could save people, could help people. But you know, as you grow up, then you find out that not only doctor can help people, there are so many other ways. And then I thought, okay, why not an agriculturist? Because if people eat good food, they will not fall sick. So that was
Hmm.
my mindset. And how can we produce good food? You know, save food. But when I started my journey as an agriculturist, my focus shift back to the farmers. How am I going to help them with a better, life, value add their products and stuff like that? So I continued my journey there. At the end of the supply chain in agribusiness, that was my master's degree in AIT. So mass in agribusiness management. Um, After a decade of working in agriculture field, I sort of found one common thing in myself, in people around me, that they all want some changes in their life. They all want to be better, but after some changes happen, after some time, they fall back to the same loop. They fall back to the same lifestyle. The change was never sustainable. Even though we talk about sustainability, how to make things sustain, good vibes, positive vibes, but even for myself, So I took a journey, another one, to help elevate myself and start doing in positive psychology, start learning about brain-based coaching. That's how I got certified as a professional coach from International Coach Federation. And from that moment onwards, I figured that, well, change is not difficult, it's not impossible, but it's challenging. So through that, I started communicating more with young generations. I launched my first book in Thai about coach Gen Y, Generation Y, because life is magical. And then my
Mm.
journey in Fida started. I felt that, as an Indian with our own roots, this is just my personal feeling. Why are we following all the mental models from the Western countries? We do have things inside us that we should learn and understand. So that's how I started coming back to figure out more about what we can do. And I came up with a model called FIDA, FIDA model. It's an Urdu word, means
Mm.
aspiration, things that you wake up for every day, And still, the FIDA was still incomplete. I started off my journey. I talked about FIDA since 2015. I've been working with young kids to retiring people, from small SMEs to entrepreneurs to big corporates, and it actually worked. But still, change was not sustainable. Then I came back to figure out myself, what is going to happen if this is just another model that the world already has and there's nothing important or special about it. Then I remembered my daddy. I'm going to talk about my spiritual path now. My
Yeah.
daddy, my grandparents, my parents also. I've been going to temples, gurdwara, satsang since I can remember. Yeah. And stories, about epic stories in Ramayana, Mahabharata has always been the bedtime stories. Instead of, listening to, okay, we do watch cartoons and stuff, but then bedtime stories with Dadi was always about Ramayana. And my favorite character was, of course, the almighty Hanumanji. So she would tell me specifically in those episodes, Hanumanji is very strong. He lifted up the mountain and all this stuff. And that was in me. I went to temple. I met pandits. And before getting the prasad from them, they will ask me, Hanumanji kya khate hai? Hanumanji kya karte hai? And that
Hmm.
wow, boosted up me so much. Oh, if I want to be strong, want to be smart, like Hanumanji, I have to eat vegetables. I have to eat fruits, and I have to
Hmm.
be such a good devotee to Bhagwan Ram. And then
Hmm.
the spiritual journey started. But then I came across Bhagavad Gita. I have a very small version of Bhagavad Gita with me. It was given to me, and I started just randomly open the paper, the book, and I saw one quote, and that moment struck me that the answers to my questions lies in Bhagavad Gita. So I studied. I went to Mandir. I spoke to a Brahmin, asked him to teach me, and it took him like almost 6 months to say yes to teach me. Means I had to do all the work, research, come up with questions, come up with answers, debate with him. And finally, I got 10 verses from the Bhagavad Gita, incorporated
Hmm.
it into my Fida, and now Fida is complete. So yeah, that's
Okay.
like a
But
short
just I want
version.
to ask you. Just I want to ask you,
Yes.
when you took the first Bhagavad Gita, which page you said when you turn on? What did you get from that?
Um, I don't exactly remember. Let me see if it's here. The exact chapter, but
Yeah. What? But what struck you?
What struck me was when Bhagwan Krishna told Arjuna that you only have to fulfill your duties and responsibilities, but you don't own the result. Leave
Mm-hmm.
it to me. Just leave it to me. And that was like, we're trying so hard every day in our personal life, in our professional life. It's okay to have expectation. It's okay to have a goal. But
Mm-hmm.
ultimately, it's not in our hand. What I need to do is, you need to understand at what particular moment, what is your role? What is it that you have to do? Do it your best and just leave the rest to him.
Fantastic.
So that strike me so hard that okay, someone out there is looking over me, is taking care of me. Yeah.
Okay, today we are going further. Fida with
Yes.
Gita on the
Yes.
title. So now explain what is Fida. You said it earlier. So can you just elaborate it more? What FIDA is? Is there
Okay.
any name, or it's just four words together?
Fida is a process. So in each alphabet contains three of them. So there are three F's, three I, three D's, and three A's. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the fundamental would definitely be the three D's. So you have a dream. Then, of course, everyone has a dream.
Mm-hmm.
But how you turn this dream into a goal and how you make it happen. So there's a dream. The second one is, of course, you have a dream, then you have to design or plan it, right? So dream, design. And after you design it, the only thing that matters most is you start doing it or taking action. So dream, design, and doing is the fundamental of everything. But from to bridge these gaps, three F's comes in. In order for your dream to start planning it as a goal, you need to focus. So the first F is focus. After you design it, of course, the first design doesn't always work. You need to fix it with a positive mindset. If
Mm-hmm.
someone gives you feedback, positive or negative feedback, how you turn that into an effective feedback and start fixing it. And lastly, after you start doing it, you also have to move forward. So focus, fix, and forward. Yeah. So
Okay,
now,
that's. Mm.
yeah. So it is how it works in the process. Now I comes in information, integrate, and improvement. It comes in every step. The last one, which is the most important one, is the A's. The first A is you need to approve. Is it according to what you want? Do you approve it? Does the people around you approve it? Your customer approve it? Depends on the context. Affirm. And last one is appreciate. Appreciate yourself, appreciate your colleagues, appreciate your family, which usually people forget to do this. And they
That's right.
feel that their accomplishment is their own. If you notice,
Mm-hmm.
three A's does not have accomplishment. There's only approve, affirm, and appreciate.
So
Yeah.
gratitude. I mean to say
Yes.
gratitude is appreciated, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And this goes
I.
back to D. And it's a process that goes back to D again. And within this process, FIDA, I
Uh-huh.
got 10 verses of Bhagavad Gita that fill in each step perfectly. And it's just so amazing how Bhagavad Gita is already there, and we just need to know how we can implement and make it
I got
happen.
this book
Yes, you got
recently.
the book.
I'm
Mhm.
lucky to have this book that
I
they.
have the book.
All right. I really appreciate that you give it to me, and I gone through this one, and you have took the nectar from the Bhagavad Gita. So I think those viewers, those who are watching, should contact you and get this copy, and they
Oh,
can
thank
apply to
you.
their life. You can
I
take.
really hope so.
So now,
Yes.
can you elaborate on more on this Fida? Fida is your creation
Yes. It is the
with Gita.
creation. Yes.
So human beings have four yugas. You have endless time cycle. This one, Sanatan Dharma. So can you
Yeah.
explain more on this one?
On Sanatan Dharma and the Yugas.
Yeah. So what? So your point of view, how you look at this, so the youngsters should follow that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, being a new young generation, I would say I'm still the young generation, the new
Yeah.
generation. You need answers. No, you can't just believe. And we start having a lot of questions, right? So, being being this generation and wanting some answers to certain context or belief led me to this. So when I started my journey, I usually hear the word Sanatan Dharma, but I never really understood it. What is Sanatan Dharma? Because we know that, okay, we're a Hindu, we believe in God, we believe in karma and all that, but I try to figure out what is the real essence, of of Hinduism. And this word came up, Sanatan Dharma. As simple as that is the eternal duty given to you. It all
Hmm.
comes back to the word duty. So actually, our religion is telling us, is teaching us that, you know what, you have a job here. You have to fulfill your duty.
That's
But the
right.
question is, are you aware of what are your duties? You don't have just one duty. In different step of your life, you have certain duties. Are you fulfilling it? And then all the stories, about gods, their incarnation, are there to show you how great characters look like,
Hmm.
how good character are and how bad characters are, and what made it, what are the differences, how you compare it and how you learn from it. So actually, for the youngsters, for the new generation, this is, I would say, it's really fun to learn and discover, not just like,
Hmm.
okay, daddy used to tell this story and then you don't understand. It's just a story. But then a story, and you pick a character, you learn about the character, then you see so many amazing things, You start having answers to your own questions. So, yeah, I would say that Sanatan Dharma is the eternal duty given to you. And if you go through the scriptures, you will always see the word dharma. Dharma, or in another word, is duty. So, yes, I would say that that is the essence I got from learning Gita.
Okay, Dr. Sujata, I just
Yes.
captured this photo from one of from the book page. Huh? Can you
Yes.
explain what is this?
Okay. This is the ultimate result of the Fida with Gita. When you go through the process, I have kept this, to talk about it last, because at the end of the day, as a human, you have three important parts, right? Of course, you
Hmm.
have your soul, your spirit. We're human, we have a spirit. And if you talk about spirit, there's so many definitions of the spirit, right? Depends on what context you relate to. There's your spirit. Of course, you have your mind, your thoughts running like a monkey inside, and you have your actions. It's how you perform actions, these your behaviors, your attitude, right? So these
Hmm.
three should be in alignment for a person to bring out the best authentic self. These three, when it's aligned, it established a great leader, as we see in Lord Krishna, in Lord Rama, even in Arjuna. They possess all these qualities of a great leader. Even in Shiva, if you see the spirit, right? You have awareness, you have realization, and you have actualization. How it
Hmm.
relates to the mind, how it relates to your action. Because sometimes you feel different, you think different, but you act different because of the pressure or the peer pressure or some misconceptions or lack of experiences, right? So, Fida with Gita allows you to slow down, analyze, and start aligning everything inside you. So, whatever you do, you don't fall in the loop of regret, you know,
Hmm.
oh, I should have done this. What if that happens? You know, and usually people start getting paranoid, depressed because of this. So, if you can align this, you will spark, you'll be a different person because you understand yourself. If you want to do something for others people, start with yourself. So that is why I started, this journey with myself before teaching other people. It took me years to understand that Fida was incomplete until Gita came in and the alignment is here. So yeah.
Do
So
you
that
have
is like
classes?
nine.
Do you
Yeah.
have some classes where you give the in detail explanation on this thing?
Yes, I do have private classes. But what
Mm-hmm.
I do now is when I go, I'm a coach, a consultant also, and
Okay.
I'm doing a lot of consulting services for SME startup corporates, you know, and I
Mm-hmm.
try to incorporate FIDA for them in each steps. So in Fida, it doesn't mean that you cannot use other mental models like, Ikigai, OKR, loyalty pyramid, name it, name all the business models. You can incorporate that here. But at the same time, I incorporate the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita with the examples and show them too. So um, let's say I'm going for an organization development session, I
Mm-hmm.
incorporate some of the Gita from the model and teach them that. But now, yes, I'm going to open my own FIDA training, FIDA sharing very soon. I will tell you.
Yes, I'm looking forward and like to know more about it, and I want more youngsters to, you know, to learn more, because they have lots of curiosity and some we don't have answers for that. But when
Yes.
I saw you, you are capability, you are a coach, so definitely you can teach. So that is good. Can you share some success story, a testimonial from the individuals who have experienced transformations through your offerings?
Yes, I would tell you my success case. I, let's say many years ago, when I started
Hmm.
off with FIDA, this was way before I incorporated Gita. But for FIDA, I did the 3D models called the Superhero Super Me with
Hmm.
young scientist group. So all of them had to set up the goals, what kind of superheroes they want to be. And years passed. 5 of them contact me back and said, Teacher Susie, we have done what we did, and planned with you in the class. 3 of them became doctors, medical doctors. 2 of them became a really good lawyer in Harvard business. Not one in Harvard and one a lawyer. Yeah, so one business, one lawyer. That is a success. I mean, 5 of them reach out to me and say, "Can you come for our graduation?" That is with the youngsters. That okay, they needed some guide, something to make it simplified for them to work on, something to align their thoughts and have focus. So that is one. I have more on the entrepreneur side, from the business side. They meet their goals, they have their culture established in the company, conflict management. So I have different type of testimonials. Yeah.
So true Nari Shakti is here, no?
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Now I saw your biodata here. So now you are connected with the religious department of Thailand too. Can you explain more on
Yes,
that? How you got
I would
connected that,
I would
and
say
what's
that
your
I
role there?
am sure. Okay. I would say that I am just a devotee. I go to mandir every Tuesday with my dadima until she passed away. I go, Tuesday satsang. So I meet all the aunties there, and I have been there. I sing bhajan, I listen to katha, and I've always wanted to do something because I feel that when I look around, I only see aunties. I don't see my generation. I don't see younger generation. And I'm like, what? They are missing out so much, And I want to do
Mhm.
something. But it takes time when the right time comes. So throughout my journey, I started Gita, I finished my doctor, I spread the beautiful words of Gita through the model until one day I was requested, not requested, I was there at Mandir. There was a coincidence. This is, I would say, it's God pre planned. I was there just for my normal prayers. And this group of people from Department of Religious Affairs came to visit the temple. So one uncle at that time were, welcoming them, and he came up to me and asked, "Would you mind telling or sharing with them about our mandir, about our gods and deities?" So I did that in Thai because I am very fluent in Thai as well. And I think they got so impressed that the next time they had a meeting with this department regarding youths, they assigned me to do the job. So I was not a part of a committee, but I was given an opportunity to do that. And I guess they loved it, so I kept going back. So now
I'm
I'm
proud
working
of
with the youth.
I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Okay, can you
Thank
tell us
you.
more about what you learned from the Gita, which incorporated with the Fida with the Gita? Beside that, so if I go through book, there are lots of
Yes.
this one. Can we talk about
Yeah.
restless mind?
Of course, restless mind.
Because nowadays, even though even I need this one, some guidance in this one.
Some guidance.
Yeah, restless mind.
Okay.
What how to do this one? Yes.
So the restless mind is, it happens when there's no alignment between what you feel, what you think, and what your action has to be. For example, Arjuna in the war, he knows that
Mhm.
he has to go for the war, but then he is not admitting it. He is not accepting it with grace that this is his duty, he has to do it. Of course, you're going to war with your family, with your brothers. Who would want to do that, right? He has a pure heart. But then when this becomes restless, then you cannot control your mind. So the restless from chapter 6, verse 36 in Bhagavad Gita, I would just read the
Mhm.
meaning. It says that I agree that yoga is difficult to attain by the one whose mind is uncontrolled. However, it can be easily attained through practice by the one who has his mind under control and is continuously making efforts. So the key word for me is the word making efforts.
Mhm.
Lord Krishna said it is not easy. It is not easy to control the mind.
Mhm.
So next he talked about abhyas and vairag. So you have to keep, persistently, consistency doing it, practicing it. And also you have to be detached at the same time. How is that even possible? I mean, when I read and I'm like, I have to keep doing it. I have to reach my goal, but then I have to detach myself from it too.
Mhm.
So people have problem here. When they do something, they're into it, they obviously start getting attached to it. Even though it's your ideas, it's your company, it's your personality, it's your family, you get attached to it. So this is when your mind starts to get restless. What if? The question is, are you aware that the senses are controlling you or you're controlling the senses? Just like the
Mhm.
horses in the chariot. Just like how Ganeshi teaches us. Ganeshi has Mukshugraj, right? The little mouse with him. It's and it represents all the desires, the worldly desires. So what I learned from Ganeshi is like, it's okay that you have all this, but you have to have it under control. Like
Mhm.
Ganeshi is in control of it. He's riding it. Don't let the mouse ride you. Same thing in Bhagavad Gita. Don't let the horses, which are the senses, lead you. You've got to take control one by one. So one step at a time. So yeah, that's how I
Yeah,
got.
great.
Mm.
Okay, then another thing I see, gates to hell. What
Yes,
is it? I want
it
to know
sounds
what is
really
it.
scary, right?
Yeah, so I'm curious about that.
Okay. Gates to
Gates to
hell comes, the reason it comes at the last step of Fida model or the A part,
Mhm.
affirm, approve, appreciate, right? Is because at the end of the day, just look back to your own experiences. You will face something. When you're almost reaching your goal, there would be a challenge, there would be a problem, there would be a situation that you will encounter before reaping the fruits, You will get something tested,
Mhm.
always. And these things will either shoot you up or bring you down. And these gates of hell are lust, anger, and greed. If your goal is to achieve this, for example, you want to achieve 10 million, and then you have achieved that, you affirm it, you approve it. But at the last stage, if you get greedy, I can do 10, why not I do 15? What if I
Hmm.
get 20? It's like you're diverting already. So that is greed. You have to be aware that, okay, this is wrong. So this is your checkpoint. You will either be successful or you have to go back and rework, redo everything again. Gates to hell helps you evaluate and, get you thinking that are you really ready to go forward. So yeah, that's gates to hell. So everything originates from lust. Lust brings anger, brings, problems, brings fight, and then at the end of the day, you go back being restless again.
You
So this is
talk about
how I'm just saying that this
this
is how
fantastic. No,
beautiful
there are
Gita
lots of
is.
chapters. Totally, it's your very good thought and a very easy way you have explained in this one. Uh, what do you talk about? Personality development.
Personality development.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So if we look there, personality and attitude comes with the action, right? But it will
Uh-huh.
only come if you understand exactly what you want. And in order to have that good personality or a character of a leader, you must see the goal clearly first. You must understand it. And you must be able to understand why you're doing this. So, with personality comes with strong belief inside you, strong faith, self esteem. What makes a great personality? What makes a great character? It's self esteem and self value. So everything comes back to your spirit, yourself. So
Hmm.
Fida with Gita focuses on the self establishment within you. If we're working on this corporate level, what is the self establishment of that company? Why does it exist? You know, are the people, the employees understanding what's happening? The core, the soul of your, corporate? It can be applied anywhere. So I think I would explain it, briefly like this. It's so fascinating how Gita is there, explaining everything.
Okay. Can you go on last page 116?
Okay.
This quote I like it. No? Can you just read it in full page? It's it.
Which one?
116.
The
116.
personality? Oh,
116.
116. Okay, sorry.
I like this quote. So this,
Thank you.
yeah.
That
Try.
that that came from what I actually felt. So this is what it says. Try experimenting the wisdom into your daily lives. Open up your heart, feel your soul. Open up your mind, feed the wisdom. Open up your attitude, free your personality.
Fantastic. Yeah, such a simple and easy way to explain. I really love this one. And the last you have written,
The
open up
last one is
yourself with Krishna.
self. Open up yourself, welcome Krishna. Yes. Yes.
Fantastic, fantastic. This is good. I think we if we keep it reading, no. So I think we go page by page. It'll take long time. We have a limitation on the program. Now
Yes.
I think we explained this one, and the last cover page which you have read, work for yourself. Can you read all this thing? I think these are the fantastic short messages you have given.
Which one again?
The cover page on the back,
Oh, this one. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. So here it goes. The
yeah.
Bhagavad Gita is a timeless text that has been studied for thousands of years for its wisdom and insight. There is much to learn from the Bhagavad Gita that can be applied to modern management. It offers guidance on how to manage oneself and one's business in a way that is ethical, efficient, and beneficial to all. By studying and applying the teachings of the Gita, modern business can gain valuable insights into the principle of good leadership and management. Some teachings from the Gita: work for yourself, not for the reward. Embrace the challenges. Do not let the result affect you. Being a leader means how well you manage your team. Mind can be a friend or an enemy. keep calm in every situation, help others, share your knowledge, prioritize your work, face everything with a positive attitude. The Fida model has attempted to apply the wisdom of the Gita into daily self development for all seekers of excellence to achieve success in life.
Fantastic. I think we did not read the whole book, but we took out few gems from this book, which I really wanted that you should speak from your mouth.
Thank
Okay,
you.
that was a fantastic that you explained. Now I want to know more about your. I think you are doing some business also, in
Yes.
I think, yeah, I think some perfumery business.
Oh,
Can
yes.
you Ariata?
Sure. Yes.
How how
So I'm, yes.
how you spell that one? Ariata.
Aryata. Double
You have
A
any
R
sample?
Aryata. Aryata.
Oh, Ariata. Okay, what is this?
Yeah.
I just saw the photos. Yes.
Yeah. Aryata is it. I got inspired from my niece. No? Her name is
Hmm.
Arya, and I'm
Hmm.
Sujata. So together we became Aryata.
Okay.
And this perfume, um, I go to Mandir, and I feel that there's so much to learn from the characters. And in order to offer something to God, we usually give fruits and milk and all. But due to some restriction, I feel that I don't want to use something like agarbatti, that generates smoke. So I came up
Hmm.
with the perfume, and I spent 5 months going through the scriptures, speaking to the Brahmins until I get the right scent for each god. So now I have three scents. The first one is charm.
Hmm.
It's inspired by goddess Lakshmi or Lakshmi Mata.
Okay.
So it has her favorite flowers, the fragrance, the scent, all purified. This has been through FDA, so it's safe and certified. Um, charm also helps you, scent and fragrance and perfumes plays with your neurotransmitter. So when you smell something nice, you feel good. Or when you smell something bad, you automatically feel bad or your mood gets, disturbed. So the
Hmm.
nose is one of the senses that plays a very big part in your life. So this perfume is based on those characters. So charm helps you with your character to make you calm, elegant, like goddess Lakshmi. The next one is Shakti, inspired from Shakti Ma, Kali Ma, Durga Ma, the
Hmm.
fierce, the strong one. And the last one is Shri, inspired from Ganeshji. So the stand of Ganeshji would be different. It would be a little bit fruity, ocean air. It helps you to be more creative, open up your mind.
Uh-huh.
This is all scientifically proved. So, but I wanted to relate to people through the perfume and teach them about the characters, great characters as well. So, hence Aryata.
Okay. Very good. So, where do you sell somewhere? It's some place or only in temples?
Oh, not in temples. I am just doing it online through platforms like TikTok or Shopee. We found each other in TikTok, like you
That's right.
mentioned in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
So I started off the journey in TikTok because I felt there are so many misconceptions and misunderstandings about our Sanatan Dharma. And there are a
Hmm.
lot of people, a lot of Thai devotees who would want to learn, you know, and know more about the gods or the goddess. So I started off by giving short 3 minutes clips about gods and the mantras and the meanings behind it. With this, I get to learn and polish myself also. And also I get to share with the world. So, and it's in Thai, which is really good. Yeah.
Okay. So your name
Hmm.
is Suzy also, right? You are known
Oh,
as a
it's a
Suzy.
nickname for those who cannot say Sujata.
But in Thai they call you Suchata. Suchata. I don't know. What
Suchada.
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 Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So you have three names.
Yeah.
Sujata, Suchada, and Suzuki. Okay,
Yes.
great.
So yeah,
Okay. तो
just to
जैसे
spice up.
माता के भी तीन नाम होते हैं ना जैसे
हाँ
आपके
जी.
भी जी it was a wonderful journey you explained to this one and at the last what's your message for the youth how they can connect towards this spirituality or Sanatan Dharma on the values
I would
how
just
essential it
say,
is to come instead of going further like in your age teenage and this thing no you should be going to the discos and this thing no but instead of going there you have gone came this side good
yeah, a lot of my friends or even cousins are like, "Are you mad? Like, what's happened to you?" I was like, "It's just I I felt connected. You know, I find peace when I have trouble. I go to mandir. I find peace. I settle down, rather than going to talk with people. I'm more like an introvert. I want to talk to my God. In other words, is I want to talk to myself. When you go there, you hear what's here, and then it calms you down. So my message would be, what I always say is, it is okay that you want to strive to be better every day, but in order to be a better version of yourself, you have to start by being original. By being original means you've got to be your authentic self. And by being authentic self means you are aware and you understand yourself completely. And by doing that is understanding that Sanatan Dharma is a guidance to get you there. So open up your heart, just open up your mind and start by experimenting it yourself. You don't have to believe, but you have to start experimenting it, doing it, experience it, and then you will see the result. You will feel the changes inside you. So that is what I would like to say, because it actually happened to me. And I'm still a seeker. I'm still going on with my journey. I am not saying that I'm better than anyone, but I'm more authentic every day. I'm discovering myself every day. And that's the fun. Yeah.
okay Dr. Sujata it was a fantastic your spiritual journey which you shared with the viewers I hope our viewers must have got something from you and if they want to contact they will definitely your Facebook ID is Sujata Bhatia.
Yes,
So they can
Sujata
connect
Bhatia.
you through this one and TikTok also, and which was flashed earlier. And if anybody wants to contact Dr. Sujata, can contact me also. So I will
Yes,
refer to
please
you.
go through.
It was a fantastic. Thank you very much for giving us time. Jai Sri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you.